Hey, hi guys, welcome to QA Prayogshala. So in today's session, we are going to see one more algorithm-based question. Okay, so let us get started. So the question is, n bulbs are arranged in a row. Okay, there is a switch which is connected with the leftmost bulb. Okay, so what they are saying basically is there are n bulbs, and let's say for an example we assume five. So let's say five bulbs are arranged in a row. Okay, that is the very first line. Then what they are saying is there is a switch connected with the leftmost bulb. Okay, so there is one switch which is connected with the leftmost bulb. Okay, so there is one switch which is connected with the leftmost bulb. Okay, so that is the second line. That switch can alter the state of the leftmost bulb only. Okay, this line is very important. So the bulb which is the leftmost, status of that bulb can only be changed or altered by this switch. Okay, so that is one thing. Next, what they are saying is there is a mechanism associated with the bulbs so that bulb will alter its status if the status of the left bulb is altered from on to off, right? So let's say if we consider five bulbs are arranged in a row, then from the leftmost side, if we consider, then the second bulb from the leftmost side, it will alter its status only and only if the status of the left bulb, okay, of the left bulb is altered from on to off. Okay, so I'll explain, don't why. So what they are trying to say is, let me try to explain this. Okay, just a minute. So let me open paint. Okay, so what they are saying is, let's say there are five bulbs, or let's say for an example there are three bulbs. Okay, now these three bulbs, they are arranged in a series. Okay, this is one thing. Now next what they are saying is, let's say there is one switch. Okay, and that switch is connected with the leftmost bulb only. Okay, there is one switch which is connected. Let's say this is a switch for an example. Okay, so there is one switch which is connected with the leftmost bulb. Okay, now this, what this switch will do is it will alter the status of this bulb only. It can alter the status of this bulb only. That is the thing. Okay, so let's say alter the status, meaning let's say this bulb status is on. Then if we press the switch one time, then the status will alter from on to off. Okay, that is one thing. What next they are saying is there is a mechanism which is associated with the bulb so that bulb will alter its status if the status of the left bulb is altered from on to off. Okay, so there is a mechanism. Okay, there is one mechanism through which this bulb, okay, this bulb can alter the status only if this bulb status is altered from on to off. Okay, so what other thing we can pursue from this info is, if let's say first bulb status is altered from off to on, then this bulb won't alter the status. Okay, so this bulb will alter the status only and only if this bulb state is changed from on to off. That is what they are saying. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, because we need to put if condition accordingly. Okay, moving on. Now what they are saying is on state of the bulb is denoted by O. Okay, so on state we are denoting by O, and off state of the bulb it is denoted by X. Okay, and off state is denoted by X. So that is the whole question. Now there are input parameters. Okay, so what are those? So first line, it takes input of the number of test cases from the user. Okay, so what we need to do guys is we need to take the input from the user. Okay, that how many test cases they want to execute. So that is the first input. Second line, it takes the input of k, that is how many times the key is pressed. Okay, so second line, what it will take, again we need to take input from the user. Okay, the value of k. So value of k, what it indicates is how many times key is pressed. Okay, this is again important, right? Why this is important? Because every time you press the switch, this first bulb state will alter. Okay, this first bulb state it will alter. So that is one thing. And if this bulb state is alters from on to off, then this bulb state will also alter. Accordingly, this bulb state will alter only if this bulb state is altered from on to off. Okay, so that we need to understand from this line. Okay, if the left bulb is altered from on to off, so that is one thing. Okay, so second line, it is the how many times the key is pressed, that is the second line input. And third line takes the input of initial state of bulbs in the form of a string. Okay, so third line what we need to take is we need to take the initial state of the bulbs. Like for an example, let me give one simple example. Okay, so let's say uh, this bulb state is, let's say, x, that is off. Okay, initially. So that is one thing. This bulb state is o for an example, and this bulb state is, let's say, x for an example. So this is the initial input, meaning xox, that is the initial state of the bulb. Now how it will work according to the question is, so let's say for an example, if the switch is pressed one time, okay, then this bulb state it will alter from x to o, meaning it will alter from off to on. Now if it alters from off to on, then according to the question, this bulb state will remain intact. Okay, it won't change. Now since this bulb state is also not changed, so this bulb state will also remain intact. Okay, so that is one thing. One thing to note here is, right, we need to note one thing, that one thing is just a second. Okay, so one thing we need to note is all the bulbs other than the first bulb. Okay, all the bulbs other than the first bulb, it will alter the status only if the status of the left bulb. Okay, this is one bulb, so the bulb which is situated on the left hand side. Okay, only and only if its state is altered from on to off, then and then only these bulbs will alter the state. Okay, so that is a mechanism, okay, that we need to understand out of this. Okay, so pause this video, okay, and try to solve this question by your own. Okay, let me give one example also. Okay, so this is how you need to take the input. Okay, so one here, if you see, one is the number of test cases, that is one input. Two time this key is pressed. Okay, so here the ask is we need to print the final state of the bulb. Okay, we need to print the final state of the bulb after key is pressed two times. Okay, so initial state, if you see, it is x x o o x. Okay, so this is the initial state of the bulb. Okay, so now if you see, first time when the key is pressed, first bulb state is altered. Okay, it is altered from x to o. Now as it is mentioned in the question itself, if it state is altered from x to o, x to o meaning it is altered from off to on, we need not to change the other state of the bulb, so we won't change. Okay, so it is intact, if you see. Now since key is pressed two times here, okay, so what will happen is, here it will basically alter the state second time. Okay, so now this is the state of the bulb when the key is pressed first time. So now when we press the key second time, then first bulb state will alter. Okay, so it was o, so it changed to x. Now it is, as it is mentioned in the program itself, if it alters its state from on to off, then other bulbs will alter the state accordingly. Okay, now it state is altered from o to x. So here If you see, it is altered from X to O. But since again the condition, right? Now here, if you see, this bulb state is altered from X to O. So hence this bulb won't alter the state. It will remain intact. Since bulb state is not altered, other bulb state will remain intact. So this is our final output. Okay, we need to output the, what we need to do is, here the ask is we need to print the final state of the bulb. That is the ask here. Okay, so try to solve it by yourself. Pause this video for a while. Okay, and then unpause the video. I will give you 15 minutes. Okay, take 15 minutes of time. Try to solve it in 15 minutes. Okay, uh, be loyal to yourself, guys, because if you take more than 15 minutes, then it is not good. Okay, so try to solve it in 15 minutes and then unpause the video, and I'll give you my solution. Okay, I will provide you my solution. How will I solve this question? Okay. Okay, so I hope you guys solved the question. Okay, so this is how I will approach this question. Okay, so if you see carefully, guys, here it is mentioned that n bulbs are arranged in a row. Okay, so if you see, right, we can also take only three bulbs. Okay, no need to take more bulbs here, because if we solve it for three bulbs, then it will the solution will be similar for five bulbs also. Okay, n bulbs also, it will be the same solution. So we need to look at the question very carefully. Okay, so let me read it again. So what they are saying is n bulbs are arranged in a row. Okay, that is the first thing. Okay, second line is there is a switch which is connected with the leftmost bulb. Okay, so there is one switch which is connected with the leftmost bulb. Okay, that is one thing. Now that switch can alter the state of the leftmost bulb only. Okay, now the mechanism is something. Okay, it can alter the state of the leftmost bulb only. It can't alter the state of the other bulbs. Okay, so that is one thing. So this switch can alter the state of the leftmost bulb only. Okay, so let's say for an example, if the switch, if the bulb state is on, right? If the bulb is on, then it will switch off the bulb, and if the bulb is off, then it will switch on the bulb. That is one thing. Okay, okay, that switch can alter the state of the left bulb only. And next is there is a mechanism which is associated with the bulbs, so that bulb will alter its status if the status of the left bulb is altered from on to off. Now how will other bulbs will alter the status? Okay, so that is the thing. So that is what they are saying, that if this bulb state, if it is altered from on to off, okay, if it is altered from on to off, then and then only this bulb state will alter. So for an example, for on to off, this bulb state will alter from O to X. Okay, that is off. Now since this bulb state is altered from O to X, that is on to off, again this bulb state will alter from X to O. Okay, so this would be our output. What would be our output? For an example, this is on to off. Okay, so X, X, O, that would be our output. Okay, so how will we solve this question? So let me quickly try to solve this question. So, okay, okay, let me give you a quick overview. Okay, how will I solve this question? So this is the solution, if you see, right? So if you see, we need to take the input from the user, right? So hence what we need to do is we need to use the scanner class here. Okay, we need to use the scanner class. As you all know, in order to take the input, we need to use the scanner class. So what I have done is basically I have used the scanner class. Okay, I have created the object for the same. Now first input what we need to take is the how many test cases you want to execute. Okay, that is first line takes the input of the number of test cases. Okay, so that is the first input I am taking. Since it is an integer, so I will take the input like s dot next int. Okay, that is how we take the input of an integer from the user. Okay, so that is the first thing. Second inputs are keys and states. Okay, but that input I won't take for now, right? I would tell you why. So if you see, right, we there test case means what? Test case means we need to execute the whole cycle. Okay, whole cycle meaning we need to take the input of number of keys from the user and the initial state of the bulb that we need to take from the user. Okay, so what I will do here is I will be using a for loop here. Okay, which is starting from 1 and it will go till the number of test cases. Okay, that is this. That's the number of test cases are 2, then it will run till 2, I less than or equal to 2. Here what I'm taking is I'm taking the input of number of keys, okay, from the user. So s dot next int, meaning since it is integer again. Second input what we need to take is the initial state of the bulb. Okay, so second line it takes third line it takes the input of initial state of the bulbs. Initial state meaning what is the initial state, right? Means let's say this bulb is off, this is on, and this is off. So this is called the initial state of the bulb. Okay, so that is what we need to give. So that is what we need to take. Okay, since it is a string, so we'll take the input like s dot next. That is how we take the input. Okay, now if you see, right, this states what I'll do is basically it is a character array, right? Because how we'll give the input is so we'll give input like this xox or something like that. Okay, that is the initial state of the bulb. Okay, so what I'll do is I will basically use one character array. Okay, I'll be using one character array depicting the old state of the bulb. Right, that again I'll use this method. This is static method, states dot to character array. What it will do is it will convert this string to a new character array. Okay, so that is what I will do. Next what I need to do is, okay, how many times we are pressing the keys. Okay, that input I already taken. So I will again create one for loop. I will use one for loop from 0 till the number of keys, number of time the key is pressed. Okay, then again I will create one new character array and that is depicting the new state. Why I need to do this is because in the question it is mentioned that this bulb state will alter only and only if this bulb state is altered from on to off. Okay, similarly this applies for this bulb too. So we need, what we are doing here is we are maintaining two states. Okay, one is the old state, so on is the old state and off is the new state. Okay, then and then only will able to make it out whether the state is altered or not. So that is the reason. Okay, so that is why I have maintained two different states. Okay, so I am creating one new state character array, again equal to new character old state dot length, because we need to mention the length or the size of the array. That is why. Okay, next again I am creating one for loop. Okay, the reason being I need to alter the state according to the conditions. So that is why again I am using one for loop here, starting from 0 till the old state dot length. Old state dot length, that is nothing but the this size. Okay, xox, how many bulbs are there, this many states would be there. So in this case let's say 3 is the size. Okay, so that is one thing. Okay, again this for loop I am using. Now, what condition I am maintaining is, it is mentioned in the question that switch can alter the state of the first bulb only. Okay, so first bulb state will alter, right? Irrespective of any other condition. If I press the switch, it will simply alter the state. Okay, so that is why what I have done is, if k equal 0, k equal 0 means what? K equal 0. That is nothing but that is the first time if the key is pressed. That is the thing, or the, you can say for the very first bulb, right? For the very bulb, first bulb. So for the very first bulb, what should happen is it should simply alter the state. So if the old state, if it is O, right, that is if the bulb is on, then the new state, in the new state bulb state should turn to off. Okay, that is X. And if bulb is off, then it should turn it on. That is the thing. So that is what I have mentioned here. right? So that is the first, for the very first bulb. And for the rest of the bulbs, what is the state? What is the state? The state is, if the old state, right, if the new state is on and if the old state is off. Okay, so if if it is from off to on, right, basically if it is from off to on, then what we need to do, we need to simply maintain the status as it is. We need not to do anything, right? So this is the old state, this is the new state. So that is what I have explained here. Okay, that is what I have done here. So old state is off, that is X. New state is on. Then what we need to do? We need to maintain the old state. Okay, so I have simply maintained the old state here. And for an example, okay, if or if the bulb is turning off from on, okay, that is this state, that is on to off. Old state is on, new state is off. Okay, if that is the case, then what we need to do, we need to alter the state. Okay, so if the state is X, it will turn to O. If it is O, it will turn to X. Okay, so that is what I have done here. There will be one more condition. Okay, there will be one more condition. Why? Because it could also happen, right? Okay, if this is the state, if state is change, it is changing from off to on, then this state will remain intact. We need not to do anything. That is what is mentioned in the question, right? So it could also happen that old state and new state are same. Old state and new state are also the same. So in that case, what we need to do, we need to simply maintain the old state as it is. Okay, old state as it is, we need to maintain. This would be for the third bulb. Let's say this bulb state is not altered, then it needs to simply maintain its old state. So that is what is depicted in this third condition. Simply now what will we do is we'll simply print the states. Okay, so that is what is the expected thing. Okay, so this is what will happen. Finally, one more thing we need to understand is, let's say key is pressed two times, right? So when the first time key is pressed, then there is one state. Okay, that is, let's say state is changed to XXO. Now if key is pressed second time, then this state will alter, this second state will alter. So I will give you one quick example. Let's say this is the initial state of the bulb, right? XOX. Now if we press first time, then it will alter to X to O, right? Off to on, then this will remain intact. Now this is the second state, so this will alter, second state will alter. Okay, so we need to maintain it somewhere. So this will alter to X X O. Okay, so this would be our answer. So that is why what I have done here is basically new state. Okay, that is this state I have maintained. So this is the new state equal to old state. Okay, that is what will happen. Okay, so let us simply run this. uh, okay, will for your reference I will provide the same input here. Okay, XOX is the initial input. Let's say for an example, XOX, no, so first line, it is the number of test cases, right? Sorry, so let's say number of test cases are one only. Let's say key is pressed two times, and let's say the state is XOX, that is this state. Okay, XOX is the initial state of the bulb. If I press enter, if you see, this is the output. Okay, so first time X is the state, is it is altered to O. So this other bulb state is it remains intact. Okay, it will remain intact since it is altered from what, from off to on. So in the question only it is mentioned that if it alters from off to on, this left bulb, then this state will remain intact. Okay, and now if you see here, it is altered from O to X, so this state is also altered, and this is the answer. Okay, so this is the expected answer. Okay, so let me know guys, if you have any question. I have tried to explain this question. This is a nice question. Okay, try to solve it by yourself once, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much guys for watching.